Hey guys, welcome back. So today what I'd like to do is bring you my last installment for GenBeauty New York City 2017. As promised, I want to share with you the small stash that I did invest in while I was there. I mean, guaranteed you get so many free products that there really is no necessity to buy anything, but most brands do have their items for purchase and normally at a pretty hefty discount. So I decided to take advantage of a couple of things that I had been eyeing for quite some time. I'd like to share those with you today, as well as finish off this video with a few tips and tricks that might help you in case you decide to get your own ticket for next year's GenBeauty. So where do we begin? All right, so I guess I'm going to go in order of booths in which I purchased. And the first one that my girls and I attacked was Eva NYC, which is a hair care brand. And they had their products at 2 for $15 when they are normally about $15 each. So I picked up a Freshen Up Dry Shampoo. I love the packaging on this. It's so pretty. And the scent is a bit of a Swedish floral scent. So if that's not your thing, beware. But I decided to give it a shot because I've never tried this before. And I also picked up the Surf's Up texture spray. I love how my curls look, especially after a day at the beach. So I figured it'd be nice to be able to have my hair look like that throughout the year, especially because I live in New Jersey and we only get to have hair like that during the summer. So the next thing I picked up was from a brand called Glamour Dolls, and they had an adorable little booth. It reminded me so much of Lisa Frank, and rightly so, because when I walked up, I noticed they had brushes with Lisa Frank designs on them, and they were only $5 each, and they don't seem like very good quality. I have yet to try it though, so don't take my word for that, but the packaging, the handle is just adorable with all these like rainbows and unicorns. And I apologize for my mani. It's been through the ringer. It is what it is. So that's that brush. The next thing I picked up was from Pop Beauty. And last time when I went to BeautyCon, one of the girls spritzed this finishing spray on my face and I loved it. It felt so cooling, so refreshing. And it's actually called the Makeup Magnet Mist. It looks like this. I can't really remember how much I paid for it, but I loved it so much I decided to pick it up this time around because it has caffeine. It also has licorice, which helps depuff your face, and it has a vitamin C to protect your skin. So I thought, hey, why not? Because it really does leave your skin feeling refreshed, especially after a long day. It gives you kind of like a minty sensation, and it smells sort of like minty too, not so much on the licorice side because I don't think I would have liked that. The next thing that I picked up was from Pixi. And this was a recommendation from my friend Sydney. She had tried the Glow Tonic, and this is what it looks like. It has a cute little GenBeauty heart sticker on it. Also, I don't remember the price for this one. I'm sorry. I don't think they had any sales. It was just kind of like gift with purchase kind of thing. This, however, has a 5% glycolic acid, aloe vera, and ginseng. So I'm looking forward to trying this later on in the winter months when I'm not as tanned to really kind of like slough off the dead skin from my face and keep it nice and smooth. So the next two products that I picked up were from Absolute New York. And they had a special going, which if you caught my other two videos, you probably saw the bag that came with these little guys that I mentioned. However, I was very impressed with their starry-eyed eyeliners. On day one, we got one of these in our swag bags, and I swatched it on my hand and I played with these at the booth, and they were transfer proof, they were waterproof. I literally licked my finger and tried to rub it off, and they are glitter bombs. They're such pretty eyeliners, and I was so excited because we did get a gold one in our bag, so I decided to pick up a blue one and an iridescent white one. So how about we swatch these? All right, so I'm gonna shake them up because that's what you should do when you have a glittery eyeliner. All right, so this is the shade Lunar. And here's what Lunar looks like. Like, look at that. It's so reflective. It's so beautiful. And I'm thinking I might want to incorporate this particular eyeliner into like some Halloween looks. I think that'd be really fun. And the blue shade is called Neptune, like Neptune. Maybe they just couldn't fit it all. And that's what Neptune looks like. It's so beautiful. And I love the wand because they're felt tip wands. So they're not going to splay apart on you like regular brush wands. I don't prefer those. I know there are people out there who do like those better. I prefer felt tip because you just get that nice precision. They're very easy to work with. They're user friendly, and I can't stop staring at the glitter. Okay, let me stop. All right, next, I think I might as well just finish with the lip products and show you a long wear lip topper that I got from Jouer. They had these on sale for $15, and when I saw this color, my soul came to life. Look at this. It is so beautiful. It's like the perfect shade of like purpley fuchsia. It's a massive glitter bomb. Oh, they smell like Duncan Hines vanilla frosting. There you go. So that's what that looks like. So it's supposed to be a topper, but clearly you can see you can wear this on its own. It's quite pigmented. It is just a beautiful, beautiful reflective formula. I'm so excited. And I actually want to try this out with the one that we got in our bag to see what kind of a combo that would make. I feel like it would create like a massively beautiful mauvey glittery lip. All right, so aside from that, from Jouer, I had my eyes on the Skinny Dip palette, which is also from Jouer, forever. And because it's not sold in stores, I really wanted to wait for an opportunity where I could get my hands on it and really play with it and swatch it. And as soon as I got to the Jouer booth, this is where I zeroed in. And I fell in love from first swatch. So much so that I made an inappropriate comment at the booth. And I think I embarrassed the girl, but oh well, whatever. So here's, if you haven't seen it yet, I mean, it's not like this is brand new to the market, but here's what she looks like. So there are 6 shades included in the palette from lightest to darkest that have massively glittery effects. I mean, that's the only way that I can explain it. I swatched this one at the booth, and I'm gonna swatch some of these for you right now so you can kind of get a sense of how beautiful they are. They feel like they have some kind of texture to them, but honestly, they swatched so nicely. Look at that. I mean, look at the metallicness of those shades. Here, let me see if I can get this down here for you. I mean, they are super smooth. They're super reflective, and when you look at them in person is when you really can see the glitter. I know it's probably not picking up on camera as well, but they have such beautiful glittery properties, and it was on sale for $35. All right, guys. So next comes the Balm Cosmetics. I stopped by and I was having a little bit of a chat with the PR person, co-founder. I never caught her name, sorry, but she was explaining to me how this is her boyfriend on the front of the cover. They turned him into a cartoon, and I thought that was the coolest story ever, to see how real life becomes infused into the products that we use every day. So the Balm Cosmetics had 50% off of their entire line. They even had this year's Christmas items out. I wasn't really in love with any of them, so I didn't pick them up, but this was a palette that I had wanted for ages, and I have the other two. So I decided to just pick up this third one, and the shades in here, they're all matte. And what I love about these Balm matte palettes is that the shades are infused with the slightest bit of satin, and it does not translate onto the eyes, but it makes these eyeshadows work so beautifully. How about we swatch some of these, because these are like really calling my name, and these are so soft and so buttery. I'm just going to work my way around the palette at this point to see how, especially the blue one. I'm most curious about the blue because the blues are always a little harder to work with. So that's what they look like on the fingers. And I did not do a good job at cleaning that off. That's actually not too bad. I've seen much worse. So I'm excited to try these out on the eyes and see if they are as good as the other two palettes that I've tried before. Okay, coming down to my last few purchases. The next thing that I got suckered into, and you guys already know how I feel about matte lipsticks, but I was so excited when I saw this that I was like, oh, I have to have that. So Nude Sticks collaborated with 6 massive YouTubers, and this is actually what I'm referring to. They created a custom kit with 6 shades that are wearable for the intention was for them to be wearable for all skin tones. So you still get your traditional case. The printing that is on that cardboard cover is actually on it's actually on your palette, so that you can keep this as I guess a memento, or just to carry your lippy sticks in there. So when you open it up, you get your full-size mirror. Don't want to blind you. So the 6 collaborators were Samantha, who's one of my favorites, also Jaleesa, Karen O, Lynette, Donovan Gibb, and Sid B. So just in case you get a little info sheet, this info sheet does tell you how they decided to curate their colors, the purpose behind them, and their dedication for them. So inside, you're going to get all 6 shades, plus your little sharpener that you could switch amongst the colors if you choose to just carry one with you. So I think we should swatch them just for fun. And the purpose behind these is that they are a cream. They dry down to be the same as a liquid lipstick. So the first shade I've got here is a Baby K, and this one was from Karen O. So that's what that shade looks like. The next shade in here is a Freckle, and this one was curated by Samantha. Oh, that's really pretty. And once these dried down, I swatched them at the booth. They took forever to come off. Like, even when I got home, I had to really scrub to pull them off my hands. Let me see. Montagne was curated by Donovan. He's so adorable. I started following him last year. I had no idea he even existed. He's got such a beautiful face, too. All right, Go Girl. I'm getting lost now, guys. I'm sorry. So Jaleesa curated Go Girl, and here's what this looks like. So I believe that's like the lightest of the shades, except for Sonoran, and I'll show you that one next, because that one was curated by Lynette. And it's supposed to be a representation of the Sonoran Desert. And this, it looks like a matte, but when it dries, I don't know if you can see, but there are little gold flecks that show through when the product is fully dried down on the lips. It's really pretty. And the last one, which is the darkest, this one is called Joyce, and this one was curated by Sid B. And that's a beautiful neutral shade for my darkest Betties, but this would make such an awesome pop of color for the fall and winter for Caspers like us. And I think the one complaint that I have is that this palette, when we got to the nude sticks stand, the woman who was presenting it to us had said that it was coming out around Christmas time. It had not been released yet, and that it was on sale for, I believe I paid $59 for it. And as soon as we got home, I didn't think anything else of it. And my friend who came with me looked it up because she was curious about this palette, about purchasing, but she did not get it there. She found it on Sephora.com already for sale at the same price, $59. So nude sticks, if you're going to bring people to your stands that are misinformed and misleading, customers, like, that's not appreciated. I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional, but I mean, who's to say, so now I have the same palette for $59 that I could have bought off of Sephora, probably during a sale, and gotten it through Ebates to get an additional 4% discount on it, but instead I ate it because I bought it at the stand instead. All right, so the last purchase I made was at Moda, and Moda Brushes came out with these beautiful new unicorn brushes. They are stinking beautiful, and I got 2 of them because they were so cheap. They were $15 each set, and they each come with their own little holographic look at that. Their own little holographic pouch. So I have not even opened these yet. I've been waiting to open them with you. I only opened the top so I wouldn't spend 9 hours trying to get them out of their cases. But everything about them, like, look at even the back of the packaging. Look at this. I kind of want to, like, pull this out and save this and use it as a backdrop for something, because oh my god, it's mesmerizing. So the little bag looks like this. I love holo. I am such a holo sexual, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. It comes with its own little zipper. The brushes that are included, I just opened up the face brushes first. Let me just pull them out. So you get 3 brushes in this kit. The first one is a multi-purpose powder, and I love, like, the bristles are just so soft. They always feel so pretty. And look how reflective that is. It's just beautiful. The second one is a stippling brush for your foundations. Also feels very nice. And this last one, I'm assuming, oh no, they're calling it a pointed foundation, but I would probably use this for primer or for concealing or just for applying your cream contour before blending it out. The other set that I got was the matching eye set. 4 brushes that are included in here are a brow brush, and I really, really like the the solidity of the bristles. They're very strong. It's not a flimsy brush at all, so it's going to do a really nice job at carving out, especially like right underneath here when you want to clean up your brows. I think it's a little big for doing your brows, but for cleaning up afterwards, this would be an amazing brush. The next one in here is an angled eye blender. I'm not a huge fan of these, to be honest with you. I prefer like fluffy blending brushes because I always like my crease to be very soft and very diffused, but I'm sure that this would also work well for sculpting out your contour or contouring your nose. I mean, there's so many different uses for this. You don't really have to use them for what they say they are. The next one in here is a domed shadow. I love this for days where I'm being really lazy and I just want to do one shadow, sweep it on, blend it out into the crease, and you're good to go. And the last one that's in here is just a shader brush. In my opinion, it's a little too soft to be called a shader brush, but I'm sure it'll function just as well. I would not use this for packing, but you probably could get some good use out of this for your satiny shadows or your more metallic shadows, but not anything that needs to be applied wet. So that is the end of what I purchased. Now, because this was my first GenBeauty, I do want to leave you with a few final thoughts about the experience in and of itself. I would say wait for a coupon code. Do not spend, the original price I believe was $160 something for 2 days. You need both days, trust me. If you really want to get your money's worth, you have to separate the time to go both days. I would say wait for a coupon code. I paid $125 for mine. However, closer to the date of, I believe they had dropped down to about $89, but at the same time, they sold out rather quickly. So I wouldn't necessarily wait until it drops to $89 because it is worth it at the $125 price point. Aside from that, get there early, get there on time. If New York City plans on doing it at the Javits Center next year again, there's a Starbucks in there. You can just go early, check yourself in, make sure that you bring an ID with you. They do require an ID, and your tickets need to be printed as well. They cannot be on your iPhone. They cannot be on your cell phone. So please print your tickets, bring your ID, or if not, you might have some problems checking in. Make sure that you wear your badge at all times. So they will give you a badge similar to this. I mean, you write your name on it or whatever it is that you'd like, and they will give you a card in the back. Every year it's different. This year it was just a little sheet that looks like this, and as you go around to the booths, they will check off that you were there and that you got your free sample. So it's a way for them to make sure that people aren't abusing the system and going multiple times to get free products, which whatever. It was useful for me though, because there really is no surefire way to remember if you've hit every booth. So on the back you have a list. So as we went to each booth, we would cross them off and kind of decide where we were going next. So typically my advice to you would be work by rows. Start with the brands that you feel you love the most. So the more expensive brands are going to be on the outside, the perimeter of the convention center. Hit those up first if you get there early, because the lines are astronomical. I mean, literally astronomical. One of my biggest complaints was that they had like this automated bot system that you would text and it would virtually add you to the line. And my worst experience was with Makeup Forever. We had like to wait 393 people in front of us to go pick up a stinking liquid lipstick. So it never kicked us out of the system. We never got to go the first day. We thought we were still online virtually for day 2, and there were maybe 60 people left when all of a sudden it booted booted us out of the system. So we went over to the Makeup Forever booth and complained, and they're like, sorry, we can't do anything about it. You know, it was a faulty system, blah, 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 which I feel was, you know, it really, pardon the French, but it fucked us over, because we could have gone to that booth first, got it over and done with, and had a more expensive product for free, versus going to a few other booths that we waited 15-20 minutes for and ended up getting like a foil packet as a sample, which was not even worth the 20 minutes. So if I were you, I would kind of like make a game plan. Once you get there, look at the booths, see which ones are top priority for you, and leave the rest for last, because you may end up missing some of the booths. Because 2 days, regardless of whether or not you have 2 days, I still did not get to finish seeing everything. Like, I don't even know where I flung my paper. Sorry, I put it back in here. There were still like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I didn't get to go to 11 booths. And we were literally there for 2 days in a row straight, 2 full days. Another thing that I would suggest is to make sure you bring water with you and snacks. They do have food there, but it is quite expensive. It's not many choices. We saw like an ice cream stand, like a salad stand, and that was pretty much it. So you don't have many choices when you're there. The focus really is on the makeup and picking up your samples. So make sure you're hydrated. The bathroom lines are insane too, so just beware of that. I guess my most logical advice to you would be dress comfortably, wear shoes that do not hurt your feet. You know, like pick up a pair of black and white Nikes and throw on, you know, like a cute outfit and do your thing, girl. Because it was funny seeing so many women dressing up with like 5-inch heels, and yes, they looked gorgeous, but you could tell within the first 20 minutes of walking around, their feet were killing them, and they brought no other shoe options. It is ridiculous. I'm sorry. It is, and that is the honest truth coming from, I would consider myself at this point a veteran of going to conventions. I would never strut into a convention with a pair of high heels on. My intention is to go and, you know, have fun and pick up a bunch of free products and try them out and let you guys know how they work. My intention is not to go there and show off a pair of shoes. You know, like we all have beautiful high-heeled shoes at home. It is not that big of a deal. Go and have fun and don't torture yourself. You know, like for every person that you're wearing that for, nobody gives a shit. You know, like the YouTubers that are there, they don't care what you're wearing. You know, they're there to meet their fans. They're there to make some money. They're there to rub elbows with greats. You know, it's not about the shoes that are on your feet or the clothes that you have on your body. You know, like go comfortably. You want to beat your face? Beat your face. That's where the fun is at, I think. That's just my humble opinion. You do you. Another piece of advice would be to make sure that you bring a backup battery for your phone and your charger, because you will be constantly using your phone. If you think that you're going to put your phone away and just have fun the entire day, nope. Every single brand requires you to follow them on Instagram, follow them on Snapchat, give them your email, sign up your firstborn. You know, like it's a little ridiculous, the things that you have to do by the time you get to the front of the line, just to get your free products. And that is what takes so long sometimes, because you're inputting all that information. Your phone is getting drained. You know, you're taking pictures and you have to post the pictures on Instagram to get another free product and blah, blah, blah. So really, you're going to need a backup battery. Another thing that you may want to consider is, your patience level. So I did not like the way that Ipsy set up their lines for their lines for each booth. Literally, it was kind of like a snaking system. They taped down like an S line, so to speak, on the floor, and you couldn't step on the rugs because it was a fire hazard, and everybody's like squished in. So if you're claustrophobic, I would probably, I don't even know what to tell you at this point, because towards the end of the day and the end of the weekend, I really was sick and tired of moving in S lines the whole way. Some people are inconsiderate, you know, they try to cut the line because they think they can kind of like go around the corner and, you know, bypass the S shape. And the people who are there working and making sure that the lines run smoothly, a lot of them were very poorly informed. They did their jobs very poorly as well. They were not careful or watchful of how people were getting into the lines. So there were many times that people kind of like 15-20 girls ended up getting in front of me, and I waited an extra 10-15 minutes on a line for something that I probably would have never needed or wanted. And I won't mention the brand because it's not even the brand's fault. It is the person who was watching the queue, so to speak. Another piece of advice would probably be to bring a large book bag with you, or you will end up with tons of satchels and bags with small products that take up a lot of space. So what I was doing was just consolidating, pulling the products out or folding the bag as neatly as I could and stuffing it into my backpack, just to make sure that I didn't have so much weight on my arms and my wrists, because towards the end of the day, like day one, my arms were killing me. Cross your T's, dot your I's, think about the things that you need. Bring aspirin if you're prone to headaches, because since you're not drinking much water throughout the day and you're standing, your back starts to hurt, your head starts to hurt, it's just like all these things that you wouldn't think of. Do not lose your badges, because on the second day, they will be checking these papers. There is a tear off over here that you use to pick up your glam bag, your goodie bag, so to speak, and they will check the front and the back of that to make sure that it has not been illegally copied, or you know what I mean, like you haven't made fake copies of it and you're trying to get in for free. So make sure that you keep your badge in a safe place. Make sure you don't lose this guy, because they're not going to give you another one. You'll be screwed for the rest of the day. I guess another tip that I would give to you was to not make the same mistake that I made. I went immediately as soon as I got in to get my free glam bag, thinking that they were going to run out or something. Wait until the end of day one and then go pick it up, because that bag alone weighs probably close to 5 pounds. So it's an extra 5 pounds that you're carrying on your body throughout the day that you could just wait until the last minute, go pick it up, take it home with you, and come back on day two. There's no need to run to get that bag. It's not going to run out. They have the exact amount for as many people that purchase these tags, so your bag will be there. Just get it at the end of day one. I promise you'll thank me later. So I think that is the long and short of my advice for you. I hope that you've enjoyed the series of videos. I hope that they have been helpful and informative to you. And as if this is your first time coming around to my channel, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will give it a big thumbs up, because that helps me out so much. And please subscribe. I love getting comments and love from all of you guys. It's been such a great journey so far these past 2 months, and I am so appreciative of every little ounce of love that I've gotten. So thank you, and I hope you have a great day. And please share this video if you think it'll be helpful to anybody who is thinking about going to GenBeauty next year. And hopefully I'll see you guys there. All right, bye guys, love you.